Mi frikis, llegó el día, llegó el momento, en lo que todos estábamos esperando, revelación mundial de Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. Tengo también unos sentimientos un poco raros, porque este es la segunda vez que estoy grabando. La primera vez mi intención era ver y reaccionar justo en el momento en el directo de Ubisoft. ¿Qué pasa? Vivo en Cuba, país comunista, país que estamos en la puta mierda. No hay internet. No hay internet para poder ver en YouTube un video, no en 4K, en 1080. No te deja verlo. Se queda ahí cargando y no estaba disfrutando. Solamente vi el inicio, o sea, las imágenes que te iban mostrando cuando quedaban 2 o 3 minutos para empezar el evento, que estaban muy chulas. Y cuando empezó, que se veía el barco así y 2 cositas más. Ya, tuve que parar porque me era imposible. No estaba disfrutando. Y cuando entras a YouTube y ves a un come mierda viendo un video que se para cada 2 segundos, pues te ibas a ir, lógicamente. Entonces, si estás aquí y quieres ver esto conmigo, pues disfrutemos. Vamos a verlo. Vamos a gozarlos como perras infieles. Vamos a volver al Caribe con Edward Kenway y vemos, cojones, 28 minutacos. Sí, porque lo descargué, lógicamente, para poder verlo ahora. Nervioso, ¿qué quiero? Vamos a ver si se confirma la fecha de salida del 9 de julio, supuestamente. Vamos a ver qué tal el combate, que dijeron que lo modificaron un poquitico. A mí me encanta el combate del original, pero entiendo que para mucha gente puede ser como que muy fácil. Ok, perfecto, te entiendo, no pasa nada. Vamos a ver si cambiaron la interfaz del juego. Vamos a ver qué nos muestran. Yo solamente quiero, importante, motion capture, captura de movimiento, que los personajes me transmitan. Y se está grabando todo bien, todo perfecto, todo correcto. Vemos el tráiler el evento completo, media horita, rico. Gocémoslo. 3, 2, 1, play. Vamos al Caribe. Se ve. Ay, Dios mío. Lo voy a gozar como una perra infiel.
So let the black flag signal nothing
Bien,
but your allegiance to man's natural freedoms.
If a man plays the fool, then it's only fools he'll persuade, but appear to be the devil. And all men will submit.
We're pirates, kid. We take as we please
El
and become who we
parkour, hay
like.
que ver si el parkour lo mejoraron o lo mantuvieron.
It's not who you are.
Who am I then?
You're a wonder, Kenway. You've a knack for this kind of work.
Parece que sí van a estar las cinemáticas con motion capture y se ve de pinga normalmente. Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced, vamos. Me vengo un pajón ahora mismo.
Hey everyone.
Ah, mira,
I
Constantine.
have to say it is so good to be here.
I know.
I played Edward Kenway more than a decade ago, and you know, he's one of those characters that never really leaves you.
Más de 10 años.
Over the past months, we know that you've been waiting. We know that you've heard things. And today, it is finally time to share with you what we've been working on.
Okay.
Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced is a faithful remake of one of the most beloved Assassin's Creed
Un
games.
remake fiel,
It's totally
me gusta.
rebuilt from the ground up with the latest version of the Anvil engine and enriched with lots of new additions. Resynchronization with Edward's journey and memories. The same story, the same man, but elevated to a new level of immersion. And
La misma historia, mismo tipo, supuestamente elevado a un nivel más de emocional. Vamos a ver qué
realism to bring you one of the most thrilling swashbuckling pirate adventures.
Bien.
And I'm happy to say, Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced will be
9
released
de julio.
on July 9th, 2026.
Confirmado.
Today, guys, you are getting the real deal.
Confirmado,
The
9
first
de
ever
julio.
look at gameplay. Everything that's been rebuilt, reimagined, and some behind-the-scenes stories. But enough of my talking, yeah?
Okay.
Let's just jump right in.
Vamos a ver. Bien.
Hello, pirates. Matt Ryan here, the voice of Edward.
Antes de continuar, primer Assassin's Creed, desde Assassin's Creed Row, en el que el protagonista anda con 2 hojas ocultas, porque en Unity ya se empezó a usar una sola hoja oculta, Syndicate igual, y ya de ahí para acá todos han tenido una sola hoja oculta. desde 2014, que fue el Rogue, no hemos tenido otro Assassin's Creed con 2 hojitas. Eso es paja molida.
Kenway. And this is Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced.
Bien.
13 years after the original, this remake brings the classic game back to life, rebuilt from the ground up with the latest Anvil engine to deliver the most thrilling pirate adventure.
Bien.
All right, let's set sail.
Dash my buttons. Your life seems a grand one, if I may say.
Se ve muy
So
bien.
full of adventure.
You play as Captain Edward Kenway, a rebellious scoundrel eager to make a name for himself in the pursuit of glory, freedom, and a search for a better
Dije que hayan
life.
tenido que volver a uno de los
Seen your
clásicos
face
para...
before. You mix with them pirates down in Nassau.
Shut your bloody gob or I'll fill it with shot, you hear me?
Edward, is it?
Eso es al inicio cuando deja La Habana.
After crossing paths with the Assassins and Templars, Edward is drawn into their centuries-old conflict.
Me encanta que
with
sea
secret
el
locations
mismo puto
and
juego
legendary
con
treasures at
gráficos.
stake. Along the way, he joins forces with infamous pirates such
Bien.
as Anne Bonny,
Anne
Charles
Bonny, que es
Vane,
que está mala de
and
mí.
Blackbeard.
Se mandó.
With them, he helps establish a short-lived, lawless republic following the pirate code and defying empires built on cruelty and greed. Together, in their search for freedom, power, and riches, they'll fight across a treacherous tropical paradise, from dangerous waters to dense jungles,
Las tormentas se deben ver
untamed lands,
increíbles.
and bustling historical cities.
Uf. La Habana.
From the grandeur of Havana, the thriving and wealthy jewel of the Caribbean ruled by Templars, to Kingston's
Se mantendrá lo de que cuando entras a una zona enemiga el tipo automáticamente se quita la capucha y se la pone, o te dará el juego la propia opción de quitártela y ponértela cuando te dé la gana, parecido a lo que tuvimos en Valhalla, por ejemplo. A mí, con que se la ponga y se la quite automáticamente, me viene de puta madre. No tengo que estar en la bobería de quitarme y ponerme, porque al final va en consecuencia con lo que es Edward y con el momento en el que está desarrollándose el juego en sí.
bustling trade hub,
Así que por mí,
and
te lo hago
Nassau,
automático.
the beating heart of the pirate republic. Each city
No, no,
offers a
okay.
distinct atmosphere shaped by opportunities and conflicts. The Caribbean world reaches a new level of immersion and
Estoy viendo que
realism,
esté dando todo bien.
powered by high-resolution textures, enhanced lighting, strikingly detailed environments, and a new dynamic weather system.
Bien, cool. Uf, los fondos
Even
marinos.
underwater exploration is more expansive, more beautiful, and more perilous than ever before.
Bestial.
With seamless access to cities and locations, the world feels truly alive.
Ship's docked.
Oh,
Creating
wow.
the perfect backdrop for a
¡Qué
life on
lindo
the
se
edge,
ve,
where
loco!
freedom is earned and danger is never far away.
¡Qué lindo se ve hacer!
Time to draw swords, lads.
Bien,
The
combate.
combat system has been entirely reworked into an action-oriented experience. While wielding dual swords,
Ojo,
pistols, and hidden blades,
ojo, ok, vamos. El sistema este, el UHD creo que se llama, o UDH, o como pingas se llama, o sea, lo reestructuraron a los juegos actuales, ¿no? O sea, no tenemos ya un minimapa al costado, no tenemos aquí. Al parecer tendremos habilidades, ok. O sea, habilidades, veo que está la cuentita, veo que a lo mejor hay una patada, las pistolas, todo diseñado de una forma que a priori no me disgusta. Yo soy defensor del combate original, pero entiendo que para hacerlo a lo mejor un poquito más divertido, un poquito más dinámico, un poquito que la gente disfrute un poquito más los combates, lo hayan cambiado. Ahora, espero que los enemigos no sean esponjas recibe golpes como los últimos juegos, que le metes 25 espadazos a un tipo y le bajas 10% de vida. Eso es una mierda para mí. Por eso los RPG en Assassin's Creed como tal no los juego realistas, por así decirlo. O sea, Assassin's Creed es un juego que te puedes matar con 25 gente que les metes 2 cuchillos y los mataste ricotón. Vamos a seguir viendo cómo va.
Now plays a specific role with faster, more fluid attacks
Bien.
and combos.
Bien,
Land a perfect parry to open up your target for an instant kill. Then follow with up to 4 chained takedowns.
bien, puedes encadenar
Use
varios
walls,
ataques.
ledges,
Bien,
and breakables to your advantage.
no me disgusta, está bien.
Keep track of your opponents and use
Eso es un
all your
clásico.
tools to level the playing field.
¡Oh! ¡Oh! ¡Está de vida! ¡Está de vida!
But fight recklessly, and you will be punished.
Sí, esos tipos siempre fueron retraídos. Olvida a uno como si le metía el hierro.
Whether you're on the
Los cogía por el
hunt
pelo
or
y los
on the
mataba.
run, mastering your environment is key. As you navigate
Oh,
through
salto
cities
lateral.
and jungles,
Bien.
you'll experience smooth and improved iconic parkour moves. From free jumps,
¡Oh! Está bien, está bueno.
back ejects,
Para
and
atrás,
side ejects.
por un lado.
These options offer a range of reactive movements, giving you tighter control,
Bien.
resulting in greater
Parkour.
speed and deadlier assassinations.
¡Rico! Luego
Being a
con doble
pirate
hoja.
assassin often calls for a subtle approach. With Resynced and its enriched stealth system, you can now crouch
Agregaron un
freely
sistema
as
de
part of your
agachado
toolkit to
bien,
approach
perfecto.
targets.
O sea, en el original se acuerdan que para agacharse era específicamente cuando te metías en un arbusto que el tipo se agachaba automático. Aquí se agregó que era algo que se necesitaba. Agacharte automáticamente, perfecto. O sea, automáticamente no, que tú controlaras. Muy bien.
Tailing and eavesdropping missions have also been revamped.
Sigilo, o sea,
In the
las
original
misiones de
game, getting
seguimiento.
discovered meant instant desynchronization. Yes, this was a pretty big pain point. We remember.
No, pero está bien.
Now, the action continues. Your objectives remain, but your target will react, and you must adapt accordingly.
Ok. Aquí voy a decir algo.
All the
Entiendo, pero supuestamente hay que recordar que estamos reviviendo los recuerdos de una persona. Si en los recuerdos de esa persona siguió a su objetivo sin que lo vieran y tú jugándolo te descubren, es normal que esa sincronización falle y por tanto pierdas y tengas que volver a empezar sin que te encuentren. Aquí vas persiguiendo, por lo que he podido entender, en las misiones de persecución, vas persiguiendo oculto, te descubrieron, bueno, puedes caerle a palazo y puedes matarlo. Ok, pero yo llámame clásico, pero prefería que, joder, estás viviendo los recuerdos de alguien. Si alguien lo hizo de una manera y tú lo haces de otra manera, es normal que te desincronices y por eso pierdas. Recordemos que todo esto lo estás viviendo una persona en el presente por una máquina, pero aquí supongo que todo eso se lo pasan un poquito por el forro y ok, perfecto, está bien, no pasa nada.
new interactions
No me
offer
disgusta.
multiple ways to succeed and progress
El
in
ataque,
your
o sea, el
missions.
ataque. El sistema de combate no me disgusta,
Of
tengo que
course.
decirlo.
This wouldn't be a real pirate adventure without a ship.
El barco, vamos a ver el barco que vola. Vamos a ver.
Jackdaw.
You named your brig after a poxy bird.
The
Me
Jackdaw.
encanta que haya
What a
motion capture en la cinemática.
Set sail and
Siempre
freely
debió ser.
roam the
No, eso no
Caribbean.
debió quitarse nunca. No sé cómo
Now
Ubisoft
equipped with
está comiendo la
even more
morronga
firepower,
últimamente.
the
Sí.
Jackdaw can conquer the high seas like never before.
Vale. El mortero.
With new alternate fire upgrades for every weapon,
Oh.
you now have
Han
more
actualizado
power and
los sistemas de
flexibility
cada
to
arma, está
overcome
bien.
opponents' ships in any situation.
Qué rico era combatir con no sé cuántas naves a la vez.
You will engage in epic
Bien, se mantienen los...
boarding parties and fort raids.
Bien.
All of these are back and as challenging, dangerous, and exciting as ever.
O sea, son
To reinforce
Son
your
las
crew,
mismas habilidades que se usaban en el juego, porque lo de lanzar el gancho con la cuerda ya estaba en el juego anterior. De hecho, tenías, creo que, no sé si aquí se te cargará o si irás adquiriendo, en plan como municiones, pero a la vez que tú hacías eso, como que perdías la munición y si tenías que volver a hacerla o comprarla. Y no me disgusta que sean como que atajos a la hora de jugar en los controles, sea mucho más fácil acceder a esas habilidades, por llamarlo de algún modo.
Brand new officers make their
No me
entrance.
disgusta.
Lucy Baldwin, the Padre, and Deadman Smith. Each officer has a unique narrative questline that reveals their backstory. Gain their trust.
O sea, se agregan nuevos personajes que pueden ir a la tripulación, que cada uno tiene como que su línea narrativa. Perfecto.
To recruit them to your crew and benefit from their special gameplay abilities. Deadman
Cada
Smith,
cual
for
tiene sus
example,
beneficios
unlocks
para...
a double shot from broadside weapons.
¿Qué ganas tengo? Este juego tiene que ser día 1. Si eres de Cuba, tienes algún negocio de venta de juegos, de lo que sea.
That's right. You can now find a cat
Promoción,
or
aquí,
monkey for the
vamos.
jackdaw.
Se confirma lo de la mascota.
Engage
Un
and
gato, un
plunder other
bonito,
vessels.
perfecto.
Steer through violent storms, rogue waves. Or just soak up the sun.
Qué lindo
Regaled
se
by
ve, no me
shanties
canso
new
de
and old.
decirlo, man.
For the voyage is long and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her. Hey!
Bien.
Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced offers a deeper, more immersive adventure that remains faithful to what players love, while enriching the experience with enhanced gameplay features,
Acere, me gusta
fresh
mucho el
quests,
combate,
and
Acere.
storylines, including ones for the officers you met earlier and, just between you and me, new narrative arcs involving our old friends, Blackbeard and Steed.
Nuevos arcos argumentales para Barba Negra y, o sea, cool, o sea, como que han agregado nuevas misiones y nuevas cosas.
By empires and relive the era's explosive events amidst the ancient war between assassins and Templars in the ultimate pirate fantasy. Gold, infamy, and adventure await. It's time to raise the black flag.
¡Qué bien se ve!
With Black Flag Resynced, we set out to reconnect with the heart of Black Flag.
Bien.
From the start, the intention was clear:
Aquí.
deliver a faithful and enriched experience grounded in what players loved. We've rebuilt the entire adventure using our latest Anvil engine.
Es que se ve de
Expect
pinga,
fully
loco.
overhauled visuals, new additions that deepen its world, and enhanced gameplay both on land and at sea. Movement now flows
Ahora mismo,
naturally
si te
from one
dieron
action
ganas
to
de
the
jugar
next,
el
whether you're doing
original,
parkour across rooftops
para
in
después
Havana or fighting on
ver
the
este
docks.
y comparar un poquito
Parkour
más.
builds on the latest
Déjame en
design
comentarios
improvements from
porque yo
recent
creo que me voy a
Assassin's
meter
Creed
ahora el
games,
original vía
while
recta.
still keeping Edward's classic moves. Combat now offers a more dynamic, swashbuckling experience, driven by precise parries and takedowns. Stealth gets its share of improvements too, and the ability to crouch anywhere. They open up more tactical routes.
Agregaron lo de la vista esta que estaba en el shadow. No sé si supongo que cuando estés en un lugar muy oscuro no te ven y cuando estás ya en un lugar con luces sí te ven. O sea, como un medidor de visión de los enemigos.
Subtle approaches, letting you shape the adventure the way you want. Naval gameplay also follows the same philosophy and offers more tactical options. New officers will join your crew with powerful abilities, while the Jackdaw's weapons can be upgraded with new modes to change up the fight. The sea now plays an active role in how you'll be challenged by the elements. Weather and waves will influence how your ship will handle, while preserving the pace and freedom players remember.
Perfecto.
Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced matters deeply to us and to you. That's why we took the time to rebuild it.
Es que no la podían cagar con este juego.
This remains a solo, adventure, and character-driven
Han sido
experience.
muchos años de
It is
Ubisoft
not an
jodiendo a los fans de la
The
saga.
focus stays on how you play and how you explore the world. And as we develop the game,
Cuando Ubisoft vea que este juego va a ser un éxito, porque Black Flag tiene muchísimos seguidores y sé que el juego, o sea, tiene que ser que, es que no sé, que no se puede cagar. Cuando vean que este es el camino, no la mierda que están haciendo últimamente, vamos a ver si recapacitan y o hacen remakes de los anteriores con el cariño que veo que le están metiendo a este, o sea, que hagan como Capcom hacer, que te metan con la saga Resident Evil, te están sacando juegos nuevos, o sea, de la línea de los numerados, el 7, el 8, el 9, pero a su vez te van sacando remake de los anteriores. El fan clásico antiguado tiene los anteriores nuevecitos que están para chuparse los dedos. Y la diferencia de Capcom es que Resident Evil 7, 8 y 9 han sido buenos juegos también, no las mierdas que ha hecho Ubisoft, pero bueno, ustedes me entienden.
We organized dedicated workshops with our community. These early player feedbacks played an important role in refining many of these elements.
Los cambios que han
Here's
hecho
a look at their
no me
most
han
recent
gustado,
visit.
la verdad.
Hello everyone, we are here at the Ubisoft Singapore studio where we invited some of our biggest Assassin's Creed fans to discover the remake of Assassin's Creed Black Flag. They've had the opportunity to meet the devs, try the game and share their valuable feedback with us.
Okay.
Here's what they had to say.
Ya invitaron creadores y gente para
I
probar
still
los
can't
juegos.
believe that I can help the dev team to make the game better and improve it when it finally arrives.
I'm part of that process, and Black Flag is my favorite game, so to be a part of that process is just awesome.
It felt nice to be
Para cuántos de
appreciated
ustedes
in
Black
that
Flag
way,
es el mejor de la
to give
saga?
direct input
Déjenmelo aquí en
about the
comentarios
game.
para
The
leerlo.
feedback with the dev team,
A mí me
they were
gusta
very
el 2.
open as a dev team to
Después viene
take the
Revelación
criticism, what needs to
y
be
Black
fixed,
Flag.
what's great. They
Y para mí
even
Edward
asked us more
es,
questions
después
about
de
it, so I
Ezio,
love
el
the
mejor personaje que ha
curiosity
tenido la
that they
saga
show
de
us,
protagonista.
and it shows that they truly care about what
Canelita
they
el
do.
rama, mi negro.
I'm just really excited to be back, like with the addition of new audio lines, the new dialogue,
Todo bien,
and the new
perfecto,
music.
todo grabando, Rico
I'm
Tom.
super excited to actually
Vamos a
help
grabar
improve
sus
the staff
20 minutos.
experience
Ya
for
debe
the
quedar poco
game.
para que se acabe
I
el
care
video
about
porque
this
esto era
game,
como
this
media hora
remake. When I
casi.
heard
Ya 10
rumors about this game, I just wanted to be involved in giving as much effective feedback as possible.
Bien, ok. A la gente le gustó, lógicamente. No te gustó, no digas
Some
no
of
te
this
digan
work
video.
came directly from spending time with some of our core players early on. We had them play early builds and sat down with them to gather their honest feedback on the game, tapping into the many things players expect of a Black Flag remake, from gameplay features to visual fidelity. This helped us refine some of our choices along the way. What was interesting was not only to gather that feedback, but to understand why players reacted this way. They were incredibly passionate about Edward, how he moves, how he reads on screen, even the details on his face.
Se ve
That led to
muy
deeper
bien. Edward lo veo más
conversations.
bueno todavía.
Together, we explored different approaches, tested ideas, challenged assumptions, and refined choices until the intent felt right again. The team's passion and commitment have driven every step of this journey, and we can't wait for you to see more of what we've been crafting.
Corea tiene cara de haber probado
Oh,
un
it
limón.
really is so good to be back in this world. You know, I believe the Black Flag is one of those pirate adventures that never really left the players' minds. And it's also really special to be here today with some of the people who helped shape the game back then and who are bringing it back now. Jean, you were creative director on the original Black Flag, and Paul, you're the creative director on Resynced, who's leading the vision of this remake today.
Oh, cool.
Now, before we dive into what the game is now, I'd love to go back for a moment. So when you started building Black Flag back in early 2012? 2012. How was the world imagined in the first place? I mean, what were the pillars that were there from day one?
Well, from the very beginning, one of the key central core pillar was fluidity, right? We really wanted a seamless experience, connecting movement, combat, and navigation, all very naturally. And it was the same seamlessness that we were looking for between naval experience and the ground experience, because the other challenges we were facing was to merge actually two fantasies, being a pirate on one side and being an assassin on the other, without any friction. And the sea wasn't just an add-on to the ground experience. Naval gameplay was really a core pillar from day one. We also wanted a world that feels alive, right? Something that would react to the players, always in motion. And it was very compelling to me to see other people like Paul and his team actually to face the same challenges that we did face back in the days. And I think what helped them craft the game was that a lot of people involved in Resynced today were already part of the game, the original back then.
Paul, so you were already a part of the team back then, right? So, when you come back to a project all these years later, what stayed non-negotiable from the original vision, apart from the fact that, I'm Kenway?
So, Matt, the one thing that was non-negotiable is the original story of Edward Kenway.
Bien,
we have never approached Resynced as a reinvention. Our goal is to carry John's vision forward. And today, we have much more room to do so since the game is engineered and rebuilt on Ubisoft's latest anvil. It allows us to push dynamism,
Regresará lo de
gameplay,
cazar animales para
immersion
poderle
further,
dar más
while
de
keeping the
cosas.
original vision and story intact.
No me queda claro lo de la tarea submarina.
Push dynamism.
O sea, ¿se acuerdan? Por ejemplo, dije lo de cazar porque en el original tienes que cazar animales para ir mejorándote los equipamientos, hacerte otras tareas hasta para las armas y cosas de esto, ¿no? No me queda muy claro si lo de, porque dicen que se ha mejorado el tema del buceo y todo esto. No sé si será un buceo libre, en plan de que donde deje el barco me tiro y buceo, o si habrán agregado nuevas zonas para bucear. Entiendo que donde deje el barco y me tire puedo bucear. Es lo que entiendo. Pero bueno, hay que
while
ver.
keeping the original vision and story intact.
Yeah, Jean, and you mentioned before how collaborative the original game was, and can you talk about that, especially with Singapore?
Yeah, absolutely. It was a absolutely team effort back in the time. And I remember actually in 2012, when we first came here in Singapore, meeting Paul and the team to do what we call the blueprint, you know, this week of hard work where the game really emerged from the preparatory work. And Montreal worked very closely with Singapore. Singapore built key parts of Black Flag. The naval gameplay was built on top of the Assassin's Creed 3 naval tech that was developed, you know, in some specific
niche. Singapur fueron los que hicieron también el DLC del Mirage, que está bastante chulo. El DLC del Mirage, la historia y lo poquito que nos muestran, porque es bastante, o sea, es contigo, pero está bastante cool. Creo que el juego ya en sí, la historia de ese DLC está mejor que la historia del Shadow Amp.
But you were also behind a lot of places, locations, and gameplays, you know, like caves, underwater gameplay, forts, ships, and some major missions like the E3 demo that you worked on.
That's right. Right. So there seems to be like a real sense of continuity here, you know, not just in the game, but in the people making it. You know, one thing that really shaped Black Flag for me was how dynamic the scenes felt coming back to it for Resynced and shooting the mocap scenes in Toronto. The scenes just felt so dynamic, like the original game. And what was the intention back then, you know, when it came to all the cinematics?
So from the start, and it was a lot of discussion with Kama, the animation director back then, we really wanted the scenes to feel alive, you know, we wanted characters moving, interrupting each other, exchanging objects, you know, and reacting physically. And that sense of movement was really part of the game's identity, I feel.
Right, and when you rebuild a game like this, I guess that becomes a huge challenge, right, Paul? And how did you keep the spirit whilst trying to push it further with all of today's amazing technology?
Well, there are many ways, but to carry on the spirit of Black Flag, we always remembered one thing: to rebuild the game with the original pillars in mind, John's pillars and the original core team's pillars. But the most important thing was the story. Every single small moment in the game had to be rebuilt and crafted, and it took a lot of handcrafting, especially the facial animations. But that's important because that's the soul of the game.
You men
Es lo que estoy diciendo. Si tú le quitas las expresiones a los personajes, las cinemáticas y todo eso, es una mierda. Como los últimos, que no sé.
By Christ!
And you know, when you add,
y te pones a ver, y no son las super mega expresiones que, o sea, no estamos viendo Naughty Dog, lógicamente, pero comparado con Odyssey, Valhalla, Shadows, Mirage, esto es gloria bendita.
Things to a game that people really know off by heart, and they know it so well. The fear is always that the people might notice the seams, right? Jean, when you played it, what did you feel?
Well, actually, I felt like playing Black Flag, you know, and not even noticing where the original end was ending and when the new content...
Lo digo una vez más. Qué lindo se ve Retoletón.
The team wrote was starting, and this is something really important. That continuity is very much essential.
Whenever we wanted to change or add something, we would always question ourselves: Does this belong here? Would Edward do this? Would Sean get upset? And if the answer wasn't clear, we simply wouldn't do it. However, as we all know, no remake is complete without additional content. So we have added brand new chapters and brand new missions to the game, including a brand new scene with Edward's wife Caroline that's written by Darby himself.
Oh. O sea, ok, la historia es la misma, pero se agregan nuevas escenas. Hay una escena nueva de Edward con la mujer, con Caroline. Se han agregado cositas, aunque la historia es la misma, pero se han agregado, hay añadidos nuevos que pueden nutrir un poquito más lo que es la narrativa del juego.
Remember playing it. Jean, so like there's something.
Me gusta.
I don't know. There's something deeper in Black Flag than just like pirate freedom, you know, and it's closely tied to the character of Edward.
Yes, absolutely. We really wanted to send a message also saying that freedom without structure doesn't lead you anywhere, right? And Edward's arc reflects that. He thinks everything will be granted, you know, that's the good life, plundering, etc. But then in the end, you realize that you lost all your friends. Yeah. Right? And so this is very important because he grows into someone that understands his own responsibilities, and that makes him, like you said, very human.
Yeah. And that's exactly what I really leaned into coming back to the character after, you know, more than a decade. You know, it's the same Edward, but there seemed to be like, for me personally, you know, from the scenes that were written, kind of, as I said, more dynamism, but also there's a certain kind of weight to Edward's journey, you know? I guess that with Black Flag Resynced, there are some really kind of important decisions to make, right, Paul? And how did you approach those?
So, Matt, with Resynced, we made a clear choice. It is a pure story-driven adventure, and we are fully focused on Edward's adventures in the Caribbean. As a result of this focus, we have elected to not have the multiplayer and not have the DLC. However, Resynced is built from the ground up with new story, new content, and new systems. But we're staying true.
O sea, conclusiones que se quisieron centrar en la historia de Edward, se quisieron centrar en lo que es el Black Flag como tal. Sí, se agregan misiones nuevas, nuevos capítulos, nuevos personajes para la tripulación, nuevos capítulos para la historia también de Black Flag, de Barba Negra. O sea, se agregan nuevas cosas, nuevos contenidos para mejorar la experiencia tanto secundario como narrativa del juego. Pero se elimina lo que es el multijugador y el DLC Freedom Cry, que es el centrado en Underwater, no está incluido.
To its action-adventure roots. Resynced is a 2026 take on the original legend. And for those of us who are curious, the original will still be available.
And Jean, so
o sea, el original va a seguir disponible,
right,
normal,
that played a really specific role in Black Flag when it was released. And so can you explain how it fit the franchise back then?
Black Flag.
So, you know, back then in 2013, the present day reflected where the franchise was at. It was a transition moment, especially with Desmond's story and what it meant at the time.
It fit the franchise back then.
So, you know, back then in 2013, the present day reflected where the franchise was at. It was a transition moment, especially with Desmond's story and what it meant at the time. But now with Resynced, I think there were some changes were needed.
That's right. Today, the modern day has evolved. For Black Flag Resynced, we have approached it in a way that focuses on Edward's journey while still connecting his memories to the Animus. The modern day rifts in Black Flag Resynced will feature new moments that focus on Edward's internal struggles.
There's also something about Black Flag that I feel that, I don't know, people still crave what the game brought, you know?
You know what? I think it's because it's a game full of light.
Yeah.
Yes, there is danger and violence, but everything takes place on the bright Caribbean sky, you know? Palm trees, seas, movement. It's very generous in a sense. And that sense of escapism has always been part of the game, and I feel is very relevant in 2026.
Yeah, totally. And the other thing that the people I feel never forget, and certainly I never had, is the music.
Yeah, absolutely, Matt. It's the music, especially the sea shanties. The sea shanties in particular have always been part of Black Flag's identity. For Resynced, we have kept the shanties that everybody loves, but we have also added new shanties. They are connected to the story.
Okay, van a estar las canciones. Van a estar las canciones clásicas que todo el mundo ama, pero
today, we'd like to reveal a collaboration with an artist that's deeply connected to the Assassin's Creed franchise. And this artist has a special place in my heart because of his work on Assassin's Creed Revelations. Woodkid.
Ah, cool.
That's cool.
That's great.
Hey everyone, Woodkid here. I'm in my studio in Paris now and I have great news for you. I'm back in the Assassin's Creed franchise, this time for Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. You know, the world of Assassin's Creed has been very important for me and very linked to my career. It started like 15 years ago or something. And this time, I'm very excited about what we've done. I know that Assassin's Creed Black Flag is a game that's very important to all of you. It's a game about escapism, about rebellion, about exploration, and these are themes that are very, very important for my work. You know, I've explored these themes a lot in my music. So I won't say too much, but I can't wait for you to hear what I've done for Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced.
Okay. Having him return to the franchise, especially for Black Flag Resynced, means a lot to the team. We've been working on a newly reimagined track specifically for Black Flag Resynced, and we can't wait for you guys to hear it.
Yeah, right. And, you know, music is just one of those things that the people remember long after they stop playing. I mean, I did. The sea shanties, I still play in my car now from time to time, you know. And this game means a lot to you, and we know that.
Yeah, absolutely. This game means a lot to me, and I'm not saying that just because you guys are here. Just working on a game takes me back to 2012, and we all want the game to be the best it can be, and we really hope that you guys
creo. Yeah, so you enter the games for real.
That's right.
I mean, what a great thing, right? To come back to something, you know, more than a decade after, you know, and get to revisit and rebuild and reimagine this wonderful world. It's just been such a pleasure for me, and I thank you guys for bringing me back. Before we wrap this up, I've got a little surprise for you. All right, this is something pretty awesome. I saw it today for the first time, and I love it. So here we have an Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced Collector's Edition. It's so awesome, and inside is a really stunningly well-crafted figurine of Edward Kenway sitting there, slouched like me, really. And he looks really cool, and it's crafted really well. And inside there's a notebook with all of like Kenway's diary entries and journeys about all of his adventures, and there's also a brooch and a cloth map, and then some goodies in there for everyone. So this one is really cool. It's the first time I've seen it today, and if you guys like it, then you're gonna have to get your own, because this one's mine.
You deserve it.
Thank you. No,
You're welcome to take it.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. We can't wait for you to live or relive this thrilling pirate adventure with Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. That will launch on July 9th, 2026. I just want to say thank you for all being with us today, and we cannot wait for you to experience it yourselves.
Mayo,
Cheers.
junio, julio. Ya está el mismo. Bien. ¿Van a decir precio? ¿No dijeron precio? Pre-order now. Bueno, no sale el precio aquí, pero bueno, supongo que esté por los 60, 70 dólares debe estar el juego. Vamos a poner alguna imagen aquí, en plan rápido así. Quiero poner alguna, esta está bien, pero quisiera alguna más así, en plan de Eduardo más tocado. Quisiera alguna así, súper que de pinga, pero como que ahora mismo me va a ser un poco complicado que justamente haciendo así salga alguna imagen. Déjame ver. Quiero parar mi imagen tocada para poder hacer las conclusiones del video. Esta misma creo que puede estar también. Esta misma, perfecto. No sé qué les ha parecido. Por favor, déjenme en comentarios qué les pareció este primer vistazo, esto que se ha mostrado. Lógicamente, como dije en el video de ayer, no íbamos a tener un tráiler y ya. Íbamos a tener un poquito más de explicación de qué va esto, de gameplay. ¿Les gusta el sistema de combate nuevo? A mí, la verdad, no me disgusta. Me ha cuadrado lo que vi. A nivel visual se ve increíble. Me encanta que hayan respetado las cinemáticas y que haya motion capture. Me encanta que expandan un poquito más la historia con nuevas escenas de Edward con su mujer, con Caroline. Nuevos miembros para la tripulación, que cada cual va a tener su propio arco narrativo. O sea, eso va a expandir mucho más la historia, nos va a dar mucho más horas de disfrute. Y ahora mismo estoy súper a full con este juego. Lo que he visto me ha encantado. Tenía mucha fe porque, o sea, no la podían cagar con Black Flag, porque como digo, es de los juegos más queridos de la saga. Me puedo quitar la mierda de este lado porque no estoy viendo ni cojones. Y estoy muy contento con lo que vi. Me encanta lo que vi. 9 de julio, queda súper poco, como digo. Mayo, junio. Y el 9, ya, 2 meses y alguito. Está ahí mismitico ya. Probablemente, no sé si Ubisoft va a meter un marketing un poco más duro de que cada semana o cada 15 días vamos a tener algún vistacito nuevo, alguna cosita nueva. No creo que se acabe aquí ya. Vamos a tener probablemente más contenido, quizás cositas más centradas a lo mejor en lo que es el barco, quizás cosas más centradas en la exploración, porque también se había comentado que se habían añadido cositas en las islas que habían por ahí, que a lo mejor estaban vacías, se iban a agregar cositas para hacer la exploración un poquito más profunda. Pero estoy muy a full con lo que he visto. Este juego tiene que caer día 1 sí o sí. Si tienes un negocio en Cuba de videojuegos, de venta de videojuegos, lo que sea, y quieres promo, colaborar, o hacemos algo, aquí metemos. Quiero hacer gameplay de este juego. Ya tengo capturadora de video. Quiero poder empezar a hacer gameplays. Y este juego quisiera que sea el primer Assassin's Creed que me paso para subir aquí a YouTube. Y para mí sería increíble que el primer Assassin's Creed que me gane sea el Black Flag, que no es mi Assassin's Creed favorito. Me quedo con el 2 y el Revelation después. Pero este es el tercero, está en mi top 3. Y Edward es el personaje favorito mío después de lo que es Ezio. Ezio es la puta cabra. Pero es que Eduardito es otra cabra más. Y nada más, súper a full, súper a gusto, súper contento con lo visto. Y nada, déjenme en comentarios qué les pareció. Si es primera vez que estás por este canal, si llegaste aquí, porque ¿por cuánto tiempo voy? Por 40 minutos más o menos, y no voy a hacer muchos cortes. Suscríbete, deja tu like, comparte el video para que haya muchas más personas. Sígueme, mis redes sociales están apareciendo aquí abajo en la descripción. Y nada más, yo soy el Friki cubano. Y alcemos las velas porque nos veremos muy pronto.